Hello, Flosstube. This is my channel, Stitching with Sandy, and I'm Sandy, and I'm here to share my love for cross stitch with you. So if you're not interested in cross stitch, it's the wrong channel for you. Today is November 22nd, 2021, Monday, and again, this is Flosstube number 2. I want to share my life updates. Friday was the close of school, so we're off for a week for Thanksgiving break, and a lot happens. It's funny, in kindergarten you can go from everyone crying to everyone giggling to one person needing a band-aid, and then when you turn around the whole class needs a band-aid. You never know what a kindergartner is going to throw at you. But that's what makes teaching kindergarten so much fun, because every day is a new and exciting day, and there's always something fun to make you smile. On Friday, when we were closing our day, we were talking about what we were thankful for, and all of my students decided to share that they were thankful for having a teacher like me and having their classmates for friends. And I love that. That makes me feel so special, even though I know they probably tell their teacher that every year that they grow up. But for this year, I'm their teacher, and I got to enjoy the compliments. They closed out the day. I had a few gifts given to me that I'd like to share with you. This is one thing that I love about kindergarten, is you get these cute little handmade cards, and then inside you get to see the students' pictures. They're so cute, and they always say thank you for making kindergarten so much fun for me, and I'm sure their parents help them because they are in kindergarten, but it's sweet. Then we got some pumpkin chocolates. That's always nice. And then I got a bag like this one, which I think is so cute. You can tell that my kindergartner made it. Super cute. And inside he got me a little keychain. I always wonder why they decide to get me what they get me, but I think it's sweet. And then he said because I love coffee and I love my cat, that he got a kitten hugging a little coffee cup pair of socks. And then I got this little pen, and then a little mug for A for my last name, since I'm Mrs. Alba. So that was very sweet. And then the last gift that I got a lot of cards and drawings from students, but the last gift that was super special, a little girl came up to me. She's super sweet, and she said, Miss Alba, I know how much you love sewing, because she didn't know what cross stitch is called, cross stitch. And so she said, so I made you something and I sewed it. And this is what she gave me. So cute. I just think that's so cute. So that will go back on my desk at work, but I thought I'd share it with you because children are sweet and it's fun to see what they'll give you next. On Saturday, we had the opportunity to go to our cousin Ray's wedding. And it was a beautiful wedding. He married his sweetheart Stephanie, and we wished them well. We had so much fun at their wedding, so I'll share a picture of them today. Then on Sunday, I belong to a stitching group called the Southern California Stitchers. They have a page on Facebook. If you live in California and want to be a part of it, I'm sure you can join. Once a month, every Saturday, once a month, they have different meetups depending on what part of Southern California you live in. Well, I usually join 2 of them. One is the first Saturday of the month, which is in Temecula, and the other one is on the 3rd Saturday of the month, which is in San Diego. They're both at Panera Breads. But because of the wedding and because some of the other girls in the group were busy on Saturday, we decided to move it to Sunday, so I got to go and stitch with them all day yesterday. And it's so wonderful to have someone you can share your love for cross stitch with, who understands why you need that next pattern, who understands your frustration when you have to rip out something. It's just nice for someone else to understand what you're going through and share the joy of it with you. And then Thanksgiving break, we are heading out to Arizona to my brother-in-law's house. They are hosting. They moved in the summertime to Arizona, and they decided they wanted to host Thanksgiving for all of us. So we're all traveling there. And the exciting news, besides spending so much time with my family, which I love, is I get to sneak off to the attic needle workshop on Friday afterwards while I'm there. They're not open very long during the day, Friday and Saturday, but long enough for me to come in and experience the beauty of that shop and spend a little money on some wonderful treasures. I do have some FFOs. I was working a lot of FFOs in the last 2 weeks, and I have them all here to share with you. The first one is a piece that I pulled from a box that I stitched years and years ago when teddy bears were my thing, and I saw it in there, and it had a little pilgrim bear, and she's so cute, so I turned her in an ornament for my Thanksgiving tree, and this is her. So I made my ornament. I decided to make it a little quilty. I thought that'd be a cute country finish to go along with her outfit. And then on the back, I finished it off with a little patch and a couple of buttons. And so now I can hang it on my tree now that I've shared it with you. Then my next piece is from Stitching with the Housewives. Last time I showed you I was working on it. It was one of my whips. I finished it. I didn't finish it the whole way because I wanted to fit this piece I found at Hobby Lobby. So here it is. It's called Gobble Gobble, and on the original piece up at the top it says Gobble Gobble. But when I saw this piece and I saw the big pumpkin, I thought it'd be so cute to mount it on here. So I only stitched the bottom half, and I love how it turned out. And then my next piece is another Stitching with the Housewives. I've been working on their calendar crates. I've joined the club in the summertime, and I've tried to keep up. I'm running a little behind this month. Hopefully I'll catch up for next month. But I finished the top piece for the calendar crates, the large piece, for November. And here it is. And if you watched in the opener, I showed it on my finished piece. I just need to do the small, and you'll hear more about that later. I love this piece so much. I especially love the cranberries, that border. I just think it's so beautiful. Then my next piece is a Prairie Schooler November, and I finished it off on this little basket. I happened to luck out. I couldn't find a piece that was the right size because it's a little bit longer than a regular framing piece, and I didn't want to have it professionally framed. So when I went browsing in Michael's, I found this basket, and I believe it said for the love of your home or something on the inside. But I decided, since all of the monthly Prairie Schoolers are the same size, that I magnetized it so that I can switch them out. And I also magnetized the bow. So here's my finished piece. I love this piece so much. It's funny when you stitch a piece and then you find that you love it so much, you're sad when it's finished. Even though you get to enjoy it, it still is so much fun to stitch. So that was Prairie Schooler. And then the next one that I simply loved was the Trilogy piece, or Trilogy, I think it's called Trilogy, I'm sorry, Autumn Sneak Peek. And I had seen this on Helen D, and she had stitched it, and I'd been hunting for it. And I finally was able to find it and stitch it up. And I did a few changes. So here's my piece. I'll put it up close so you can see all the cute little pictures. And so what I did was, the original piece had all of these little mini borders, the same color as the first one. They were all the same color, but I loved all the fall colors inside the leaves, so I decided to make each border a different fall color. And then I switched the order. So I put the activities that happen through fall in the order that they happen. Call me OCD, which I am, so that might be why, but I really liked how it turned out. Plus, I liked how before in the original it had this one and this one next to each other, which you can see there's like a little fence in each one of them, and they were right next to them, and I thought it looked kind of weird. It looked off balance to me. So I just rearranged them to make it more pleasingly to me. Now, and then I added an acorn button at the bottom, and it called for some orange buttons, and then the little fall leaf from the tree. And I just love how it turned out. Then my next piece was Fat Quarter Shop had a mystery sow, and I joined it because of the little sunflower and the sneak peek that they gave. And it turned out that the mystery sow was just the perfect project for me, as I love sunflowers. And so I finished it, and I finished it off on this truck. I had seen this truck and purchased it when I watched one of Priscilla's videos. It was one of her finishing pieces, and I had bought it for that. I have not stitched the piece that she used on it yet. But then when I saw this piece, and you can see that Autumn Beauties has a lot of blue in it, and it has sunflowers and pumpkins, and I thought, well, it'll go perfect on this piece. So I pulled it out of my closet of finishing pieces and mounted it right away. And I just love how it turned out. Those are all my fall fully finished objects, but I also did some winter and Christmas ones. I joined the Fat Quarter Shop had a Cross Stitch University, and I decided to sign up for it, not because I needed to learn anything, but just in case she showed something that I didn't know how to do, because we can always learn something new. And I wanted to see if it'd be something that, if a friend asked me how to cross stitch, if it'd be something that I could share with them so that they can learn how to cross stitch as well. Because I'm a very visual learner, and I figure if my friends are that way too, watching the video could help them learn how to cross stitch and hopefully love it as much as I do. So when I finished it, I kept looking for the perfect piece when it dawned on me that in January I decorate my house for snowman and winter scenes, and I thought, what if I can find a giant wood snowflake? And I found several. I found some at Michael's, some at Hobby Lobby, and even Joann's had some. But I ended up deciding to go with this one. And it says, the little sign I found was a little ornament. It says, "Let it snow." And I used some pom-poms and some little fabric that I found at Joann's and mounted it right onto this giant snowflake. And I can't wait to hang it up in January for my winter displays. And now on to Christmas, because Christmas is coming. I haven't decorated yet because I like to enjoy fall as long as I can, but I do plan on December 1st is our family tradition of decorating for Christmas, and then we leave it up usually until we watch the Rose Parade on New Year's Day, and then we take the ornaments and things down during the parade, and gives us something to watch and enjoy at the same time of taking down the job of taking Christmas down, which we know is a lot of work. So one of the pieces that I completed, I asked the 911 stitcher, Stacy, if she would like to do a stitch along with me. She had shown in one of her videos a piece that someone gifted her, and I happened to have just purchased the same cross stitch piece, so I asked her if she would like to do a stitch along, and she said yes, and I was so excited. So we went back and forth emailing our progress. She's not quite finished yet, but I know she's working on it. But I finished mine, and then I just sent her a picture of my fully finished object so she could see it all done. I'm excited to see hers because both of us decided to stitch on different color fabrics, and so I can't wait to see hers. I believe hers is on a grayish color fabric, and I did mine on jade. Picture this plus jade, and I'll show you it. This was a Country Cottage Needleworks Home for the Holidays, and here's my piece. And I'm really excited about it. I had found this piece at a thrift shop and didn't know what I was going to put on it. And then when I couldn't find, I kept looking for some kind of gingerbread piece at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. even Joann's, couldn't find anything that I liked. In fact, I couldn't even find gingerbread ornaments because I thought I'd decorate it with gingerbread ornaments, and I couldn't find any anywhere. So I came home and started rummaging through the pieces that I've picked up along the way, and I found this one, and it was kind of already a brown color. So then I thought, what if I made rickrack around the outside to make it look like the rickrack on the gingerbread's cookies? And I was so excited about that, so I just kept adding. I did find this piece when I was searching for something to mount it on at Hobby Lobby, and so I just mounted it to the bottom of the pedestal. And then I added these cute little gingerbread felt, I guess they're stickers for scrapbooking, but I just hot glued them on. And then I found this bow in my collection of ribbons. I have hundreds and hundreds of ribbons. And then I finished it off with a little bit of pom-poms. And I'm so excited about this piece. I can't wait to put it in my kitchen for Christmas. And then my next piece, I stitched this one. This was a Fat Quarter Shop, all the trimmings. And it was one of those sales that they send out like one piece at a time. And so it was a mystery sale. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And here's my piece. It's got all the trimmings. And I picked this up. This was a fall piece at Hobby Lobby, but I wanted it was the perfect shape and size for this piece. And I love the buffalo check. My living room, as you can see, my chair, I have a lot of buffalo check in my house, and so it matches perfectly. And then I added this little ornament, and then I added another ornament on top of that to add some layering. And then I just did some red pom-poms as a border around the piece to break up some of the black with the background. And then my last fully finished object, I shared with you last time I was working on the Hello from Liz Matthews Winter Celebration Small. So I had stitched it up on a piece of fabric that was a leftover scrap that my friend Melissa gave me. Hi, Melissa! And I figured I'd turn it into an ornament, so I did. Here's the piece from Hello from Liz Matthews. She created this piece, and then she created, I think it's called penny stitched border, I'm not sure, but I didn't care for the border too much, so I took that off, and then I just mounted it with some rickrack, sewed that on, and sewed the border of this fabric. And then this ribbon is iridescent. It's not picking up in the video, but it's actually like an iridescent. It catches the light. And then my back, I just put a little patch on the back and stitched up the side to make it look cute. And then I just added a snowflake so it would match the snowflakes in the front. So I love it. I think it turned out so cute. I think I'm going to make another one. And then on to, those are all my fully finished objects. After that, I do have one finished object. If you remember in my last video, if you watched it, I was working on for World Cross Stitch Day. I had signed up to do the piece by Fat Quarter Shop that was, it's called Stitchography. And I was working on it. It was one of my whips from my last video. And I finished it. And here's my finish. Sorry. Here's my finish. And I love how it turned out. I did purchase a little wooden spool. It's like a little bobbin that you can mount it on. But my house colors are not these bright, cheerful colors. They're more on the red tones. Red, black, and white is a lot of my colors in my house. So what I've decided is I would like to make it into a project bag. But I'm not very talented in that area, so I'm also a very good visual learner. So I was wondering if you would be so kind to, if you know a video tutorial that you could recommend to teach me how to make this into a project bag. I would so appreciate it if you left it in the comments. I really, really want to sew this up. I think it'll be super cute, and I know I will love taking out my projects and looking at this each time I do. I just don't know how to finish it off. So if you know of any tutorial that you can recommend, please list it in the comments below. All right, so on to my whips. So as you can see, I got a lot of work done. So I only have a couple of whips left, but I do have lots of plans for projects to work on until next time. My first whip is, of course, the Calendar Crates Small from November Small, and I'll show you that one. So here's the Calendar Crates November by Stitching with the Housewives. As you saw, I finished the top piece, but here's the small piece, and it says, Thankful and Blessed. So I don't have a very big start. I did start it this morning, and here's the border at the top. But these do not take very long to stitch, so probably by tomorrow I will have the Calendar Crates completed, so I'll be very happy about that. And then my next whip, yesterday when I went to go stitch with my friends in San Diego, we stitch at Panera Bread, and the lighting is not always that great. And I don't have a little light that I can put on a tabletop. I don't have one yet. I only have my floor lamp. So I needed to take a project that I could see while we were there stitching. However much stitching we get done, I know we're all gabbers when we get together, but I did get some stitching done. I took Little House Needleworks Winter ABCs with me, and I took a piece of, hold on, let me check my notes, 16 count Picture This Plus icon with me, and here it is. It's still in my frame, and this is how much I got done. So that was a pretty good amount of work that I got done, considering I hadn't even started it. So I'm really excited about that one. I'll continue to work on it. I think this will also be my car project on the way to Arizona, because I do stitch in the car, and it is a long drive from here to Arizona, so that'll give me something to do on the way there, and if I'm not done, something to do on the way back. So those are all of my whips. That's all I have. So because I don't have a lot of whips, of course I went shopping. I do have some haul to share with you. Sorry, I keep bending down. I don't really have place to set all the things, so some of it's on the floor in a little basket. So the first thing I purchased was Raven's Needle Book by Lindy Stitches, and it's a kit. I just love the little ravens. They're super cute. And when I saw that she didn't get to sell them at Galleria, but she had them available on her website, I quickly ran over there to get one, and I was able to get one, and it's nice. This kit includes a 32 count of Silvery Moon Lugana, and then all of the things to make this project. And since I was there, she had these really cute little scissors. They're called Little Love scissors. I guess they're miniatures for other kind of scissors, but I thought they were so cute, so I had to have them. And so here are these ones. I love them. They came in different colors, but I preferred the black ones. So I thought that would be cute to go along with this kit. And then I purchased, Hands On Design is going to be doing a sale, and it's called the Cookie Exchange. I don't really have a picture because I don't know what it's going to look like. It starts on December 1st, and so you had to hurry up and order your piece. So I ordered the piece. I'll get my first part on December 1st, I believe the second on December 3rd, and the final piece on December 5th. And so she had also worked together with a couple other companies to do some finishing for it. I haven't gotten my fabric yet. I believe that's fabric by Stephanie. So I'll share that when it comes in. But I also purchased from Homestead Needleworks, did the wooden paddle, and here's the paddle, and it's so pretty. I love the red on that one. And then with Lady Dot Creates, she also partnered with her to come up with some rickrack, and they came up with 3 different colors for you to choose from for you to do your finishing. So I of course had to have that. So I bought the fabric, I bought the finishing pieces. All I have now is to kit up the DMC floss, which I have every color there is, so I'm not worried about that. And then just wait till December 1st. So probably by my next video, I will have started this piece and have it ready to show you. And then the final piece set that I purchased is my husband and I. We've been together for 20 years, but our wedding anniversary will be 16 years next month on the 10th. And so I wanted to do something to commemorate that. And I decided I'm going to start a piece on our wedding anniversary. So I purchased Lizzie Kate, and this one is called A Good Marriage. And we're not really, I don't want to say lovey-dovey, but we're not real frilly on words. And so we didn't want something hanging up that didn't reflect us. And I really liked this one. It says things like, a good marriage must be created. The little things are the big things. You're never too old to hold hands. Remember to say I love you every day. Don't go to bed angry. Say words of appreciation and gratitude. Forgive and forget. Give each other a safe place to grow. Marriage is not only marrying the right person, it is being the right partner. And I thought that really represented the two of us. So I'm going to stitch that. I will change the colors a little bit to fit our favorite color so it represents both of us. But I also bought the fabric. I bought a 32 count of lamb's wool Joblin to stitch on it. And then I haven't really decided on the floss. I did purchase some floss that it called for, but in the pattern, let me show you that one more time, it has things like pink and yellows and light blues. Those are not our colors. My husband's favorite color is purple. My favorite color is green. So I'm going to try to alternate the colors to find some nice colors that will marriage each other and then look nice on the fabric. So I will share that once I get started, but again, I don't plan on starting it until December 10th on our anniversary. So that's my haul. And then, sorry, I'm just checking my notes, make sure I don't forget anything. Oh, that brings us to plans. So plans are all my new starts. I kitted up 5, I think. And with me being off Thanksgiving break, I stitch really fast. Generally speaking, I stitch for an hour to an hour and a half in the morning when I first wake up before anyone else in the house is awake. It's my special quiet time, and that's when I watch my Flosstube, and I just get my day started on a happy note. And then when I come home, usually from a rough day in kindergarten, usually covered in paint and probably like pom-poms stuck to my clothes. I don't know. Who knows what's in my hair, but after my shower and I get to sit down and relax, then I stitch as a way to unwind from the day. So, but on vacation time, I have freedom to stitch whenever I want, and I love that so much. So I get even more things done. So I kitted up 5. I don't know that I'll get them all done, but I figure it's worth a try. I do like to switch out from project to project day by day. I don't like to stitch on the same project for very long because it keeps me excited about what I'm going to be working on by switching it up. So that's what I do. Each day is a new piece. I'll stitch on it at the end of the day. The next day I'll start something else, and then I'll come back to it. So I rotate through. Usually after I've gotten through the first few days, I'll go back and I'll add them to Tiny Decisions wheel, and then I'll spin that to tell me what I'm going to stitch on after I've initially started each piece. So the first project that I got, with Christmas coming, I'm going to be working on some ornaments. So I got Little House Needleworks Cardinal Winter. I think it's so cute. My son Wesley lives in Kansas City, Missouri, and every year he sends me a little video of a scene outside his window, and it's usually bare trees with little cardinals in there. And I always thought, being from California my whole life, I always thought at Christmas time when they showed cards or winter scene pictures, that people have painted that the cardinals was just something they threw in there because the bird was red and Christmas is red. I didn't really know it was a thing. So ever since he's moved there, every year he sends me a little video or a photograph of it, and I just think they're so cute. So this reminds me of my Wesley, and so I'm going to stitch that so I can add it to my tree. I did decide I was going to try a different fabric. I've never stitched on this color before, but it's by Picture This Plus. This one's a 14 count, and it's Ada, and it's called J. And I don't know if you can tell from the coloring, but it's kind of like a bluish purple. It has a lot of purple in it. I'm not sure how I'm going to like that or not, but I like to do my winter scenes in blue, and I thought this might be a new blue color I might like. So I'm going to try it out and see on the small ornament, and then if I love it, maybe it'll be one of the pieces that I use, or one of the fabrics that I use in one of my pieces in January. And then in my last video, one of my hauls, I think I showed you, I purchased a Lizzie Kate pattern for my grandbaby's first Christmas ornament. And that's this pattern right here. It's called First Christmas. And I want to stitch that for him. And so I have some coffee tea dyed 28 count Monaco, and I'm going to stitch it on that. And I think it'll be super cute. It shouldn't take very long. This pattern looks like maybe just a couple hours and you'll be finished. And then of course fully finishing it takes a little bit longer than that, but I'm looking forward to stitching that for him. And then I decided that I need to branch out. I'm trying to do different designers here and there. Nobody's off the list. I'm willing to try any designer, and I know this can be a shocker to most of you, but I've never stitched a blackbird design, but I do have a lot of them in my stash. I just have never stitched one. So I want to get ready. I'm trying to think ahead and think of patterns that I can do for Valentine's Day, because it seems like once the holidays start, we rush through all these activities that we're doing with our families, and before we know it, the season's already over. So I figured I better get started on Valentine's Day. So I chose a piece from this book. It's called For My Friend, and the piece I've decided to stitch, sorry, I want to check the name so I tell you, it's called Our Home Sewing Box, and that's this piece on the back. I thought it was so cute. I like how it has the little birds at the top, and it's in light pink colors for Valentine's Day. And then I'm going to stitch it on a 14 count Picture This Plus opal. And here's my fabric. It's got some brown tones to it. It actually seems a little darker in real life than what's on the camera, but I just think it's so pretty, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to start my first blackbird ever. There's a lot of really great projects inside this book, and if I finish the first one that's successful, I may have to venture into another one. And then my last, no, not my last, I'm sorry, I have two more. My second to last is I'm going to do a Stitch with the Housewives piece, and I know you've seen this piece. It's finished on the one that I chose to finish my all the trimmings piece on, so I won't be finishing it on that. And I'm going to change things up a little bit. So it's called Silent Night, and I love this piece very much. I'm not going to say how I'm changing it, but I'm changing it considerably, changing it a lot. I won't change her design because, of course, I respect her creativity, but I think I'm going to change how the arrangement of where all the different parts of it goes. So stay tuned for that so you can see what I turn it into. I am going to be stitching it on 14 count black Ada. I really like the black versus on the I think it's blackboard. the Witch Old Blackboard, I think it is, that comes in the kits for the calendar crates. I don't mind those, and I'm doing them all the same because they come in the kit. I might as well use the fabric that I'm paying for. And then they're nice, but I really like the dark black. Everything pops more on the black, so I'm going to use black instead. I did buy all of her called for color floss, so I don't plan on changing the colors. I love her colors, and I'm going to use this ornament in part of my finishing, so I'm excited to share that. So I look forward to sharing my idea with you later. And then my final planned piece. Now this piece, I would like it to be done in time. We lost somebody very close to my heart. My sister-in-law passed away in August from breast cancer, and I've known my husband for 20 years, and I don't have any sisters. I have one brother, and that's it. And she welcomed me into the family 20 years ago, like as if we were sisters always. And it was nice to have that experience, to have someone like that. So when she passed away, I was trying to think of a way to represent her in my house besides pictures. I have lots of pictures throughout my house of her, and with me, things that we've done together. We've got some great memories. But I wanted to do something special, so I've decided one of the things that can help me deal with the fact that I've lost her, and also remind me to cherish our memories, is create a cross-stitch piece for her. And when I frame it or finish it, whatever I decide to do with it, I am going to have a picture of her either next to it, framed with it, I'm not sure, but it'll be with her and it'll be hanging in our house. So I hunted all over the internet trying to find just the right piece, and I decided upon Silver Creek samplers, and this one's called When Life Is Done. And so I purchased that, and I purchased all the called for floss, and I got some 28 count mushroom Lugana fabric to do it on. And her birthday is in February, so my thought is that if I start it, then I should be able to finish it before her birthday, and then on her birthday hopefully hang it up in my house. I'm very excited about it. I got approval from my husband. It's his sister, and they're really close, so I made sure whatever pattern I picked he liked as well, so that way it'd be a special memory for both of us. And I look forward to hanging it in my home and continuing to cherish our memories together. Well, this has been fun. I hope I did better than my first one. My first video, I was very nervous. But I was looking forward to sharing all of what I do with you. I couldn't wait. I wanted to do it yesterday, so it would be exactly 2 weeks, but stitching came first because I had the opportunity to hang out with my friends. Hi Barbara, hi Melissa, hi Kathy, Marianne, hi Marianne. You guys are wonderful, and I'm so grateful to have found you. I haven't been a member of Southern California Stitchers for very long. My husband actually found them on Facebook for me, and as soon as I went to the first meetup, these women have become really close friends, and I cherish every time I get to spend time with them. They're so sweet and so kind, and I'm so lucky to finally have some cross-stitch friends. My whole life I've stitched with only me, my grandmother, and then me by myself, so having friends to stitch with always makes that even more fun. So until next time, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that whatever you do for Thanksgiving, you enjoy the people you're with and have a wonderful day. And I'd like to leave you with my message. Be confident, be courageous, be creative, but please be kind. Happy stitching. Bye.